Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. I'm Sophia, and after 15 years of flying the friendly and sometimes unfriendly skies, I've seen a thing or two about what makes a trip go right and what makes it go, well, let's just say less right. Today, we are diving deep right under that airplane seat to talk about the unsung hero of travel, your personal item bag. You know the drill. You check the dimensions, you find a cute backpack or tote, and you think, nailed it, fits under the seat, looks great. But then you're at 35,000 feet, you've just wrestled your bag out from under the tiny space in front of you, and you realize you have to practically dump the entire contents into your lap just to find your chapstick. Sound familiar? Have you ever been stuck in the jetway trying to slide your backpack onto your rolling carry-on, only for it to slip and send your boarding pass flying? Or maybe you've been on a 9-hour red-eye, and the simple act of trying to fish your phone charger out meant waking up your sleeping seatmate. It's those little moments, those tiny daily struggles that separate a travel novice from a pro. We're not just talking about capacity here. You probably already know how to pack a pair of shoes and a spare sweater. We're going to talk about the secret weapon features, the little touches that frequent flyers, and yes, flight attendants like me, have learned to regret not having when they bought that bag. These are the things that save you time, save you sanity, and frankly, save you from having to get up every 5 minutes. We're going to cover everything from the must-have exterior pocket that keeps your passport safe but accessible, to the interior design choices that stop your bag from turning into a black hole of cables and crumbs. By the end of this, you'll know exactly what features to look for, so your next personal item bag is a game changer, not a headache. I'm here to give you the honest, unvarnished truth from my perspective, the one who watches you struggle from the aisle. Trust me, I want your flight to be smooth as much as you do. Now, before we get into the nitty-gritty of bag features, if you want more insider tips and deep dive travel content like this, stuff that genuinely solves problems, not just tells you about the cheapest ticket, please hit that subscribe button. I'm creating this whole channel based on what you find helpful. Speaking of which, what's the one bag feature you can't live without? Drop a comment below and let me know. I'm always looking for inspiration for the next video. All right. Let's get into the top features people regret not having. The missing link, the trolley sleeve. This is, hands down, the number one regret I see travelers having, and it's so simple it's almost insulting. It's called a trolley sleeve, sometimes a luggage strap, and it is a simple panel of fabric on the back of your personal item bag that allows you to slide it over the handle of your rolling carry-on suitcase. Now, if you're a one-bag traveler, this might not apply. But for the vast majority of you who travel with a roller bag and a personal item, this is a lifesaver. The regret is this. You're racing through the airport, weaving through the crowd, and you're trying to balance your backpack on top of your rolling suitcase. It's a high-stakes game of luggage Jenga. With every slight bump or turn, the bag starts to pivot, then it tips, and then it's sliding off, forcing you to stop, crouch down, and awkwardly restack everything, all while holding a lukewarm latte. I see it happen multiple times on every single trip. One time, I had a passenger running to catch a connection in a major hub. She was literally a blur, except for her personal item, which did the signature toss and roll right onto the floor. Her laptop case popped open, and the laptop, well, let's just say it didn't make the connection. It was a chaotic, expensive, and completely avoidable disaster. A trolley sleeve takes all the balancing act stress away. It locks your personal item bag securely to your rolling luggage, turning two bags into one stable, easy-to-manage unit. You can literally push or pull your suitcase with one hand, and your personal item will just follow along perfectly. Look for a sleeve that's wide and reinforced, not just a flimsy little strap. You want a secure, unmoving fit. It's the difference between looking like a stressed traveler and a travel ninja. The organization conundrum, clamshell opening versus top loader. Most personal item bags, especially backpacks and totes, are designed as top loaders. You zip the main compartment open and you're looking down into a deep, dark abyss. This is fine for a backpack heading to school, but terrible for a bag you need to access under a seat in a dark cabin. The biggest regret? Buying a bag with zero visibility. When your personal item is wedged under the seat, you have maybe a 6-inch clearance to fish around inside. A deep top loader means you are basically reaching in blind, feeling around for your headphones, only to accidentally pull out a soggy bag of airport pretzels. The whole process is loud, messy, and extremely frustrating. What you want to look for is a bag with a clamshell opening or a lay-flat section. A full clamshell opening, which is common in travel backpacks, lets the bag zip open completely, like a small suitcase. If you can't get a full clamshell because it's a soft tote, look for bags with a wide mouth opening and light-colored interior lining. Why the light color? Because even a dozen pockets won't help if the inside is black and the cabin lights are dimmed. The light lining gives you just enough contrast to actually see what you're reaching for without turning on your bright personal light and annoying everyone around you. I've heard so many passengers sighing and muttering, "I wish I could just see what's in here." Don't be that passenger. Prioritize the visibility of your contents. The hydration headaches, the wrong water bottle pocket. Okay, this might sound trivial, but as someone who is constantly passing out tiny cups of water, I promise you, dehydration is real on a plane. And the personal item bag feature I see people regret most often is the useless water bottle pocket. It usually falls into one of two categories. Too small. It's a flat mesh sleeve that only fits a tiny, disposable bottle of water. Your reusable insulated bottle, the one you actually bought to save money and stay hydrated, just plops out the moment you tilt the bag. Internal. The designer thought it was sleek to put the water bottle pocket inside the main compartment. This is a nightmare. Not only does it steal precious interior space, but if that bottle leaks, and they always find a way to leak, your laptop, tablet, and passport are getting a bath. The regret is realizing that your bag makes it impossible to safely carry your own hydration. You end up carrying your big water bottle in your hand, then having to awkwardly tuck it under your arm at security or forgetting it at the gate. The feature you need is an external, elasticized, and generously sized water bottle pocket. It needs to be deep enough to hold a 32-ounce bottle securely, and the elastic top should be strong enough that you could hold the bag upside down and the bottle wouldn't budge. If it has a side compression strap, you can cinch down over the bottle. Even better. This is especially crucial for personal item bags, as once they're under the seat, you'll be accessing that water constantly. The Tech Tangle, the designated external tech pocket. This is one that always makes me shake my head. People spend hundreds of dollars on a personal item bag, and it has a nice laptop sleeve, but zero easy access points for the things you need right now. I'm talking about your phone, boarding pass, noise-canceling headphones, and charging brick. These items are what I call the airport dance items. You need them at security, at the gate, and right after you sit down. The regret is having to uncinch, unzip, and deep dive into the main pocket every single time you need one of these items. It slows down the entire boarding process. Trust me, we're all waiting. And it makes you the person holding up the line at the TSA checkpoint because your headphones are inexplicably tangled around your passport. What's the solution? Look for a dedicated exterior access pocket that is placed high on the bag. For a backpack, this is often a vertical zippered pocket on the front or a small top pocket right near the handle. It needs to be big enough for your phone and passport, but secure. For a tote, this is often a zippered pocket on the trolley sleeve side, the one that rests against your back or your suitcase. This is a genius feature because it's a covert spot for your valuables. When you're wearing the bag or it's on your suitcase, the zipper is against your body, protected from pickpockets. When I travel for my own quick layovers, my personal bag has a little secret pocket, and I swear I have shaved 5 minutes off my gate to hotel time just by having my essentials right there. It feels like cheating, but it's just smart design. The security slip-up, the lack of lockable zippers. This is a feature you don't realize you need until you really need it. Personal item bags, unlike carry-on rollers, are often soft-sided and flexible, which is great for fitting them under the seat. But that same flexibility can make them a target or just a little too open. The regret is not having lockable zippers on the main compartment. Now, I'm not talking about putting a TSA-approved lock on your bag every time you take it off. That's overkill. I'm talking about zippers that have loops or eyes that allow you to thread a small luggage lock or even a simple carabiner through them. When does this matter? Sleeping on a plane. You want to be able to lock the main compartment before you drift off. It's a small deterrent, but it's effective. Storing it in the overhead bin. Sometimes the plane is too full, or the space under your seat is too small, and a gate agent will tell you your personal item needs to go up top. Do you feel comfortable with your laptop and wallet in an open soft bag 3 rows back? Probably not. Busy public transit. When you're crammed on a train or a bus on the way to the airport, having the peace of mind that a dedicated zipper lock is in place is invaluable. The feature is less about the lock itself and more about the reinforced zipper pulls that accept a lock. A tiny, sturdy loop on both zipper pulls is all you need. If a bag you love doesn't have it, you can sometimes improvise with a sturdy key ring or cable tie, but it's always better when the manufacturer has built in the security infrastructure from the start. The disappearing act, the structured base. This is a subtle feature, but it's one that completely changes the day-to-day use of your bag. Most soft duffels or slouchy backpacks have no structure in the base. They're just fabric. The regret is owning a bag that cannot stand up on its own. Imagine this. You're in the lavatory, you're at the boarding gate, or you're standing in line at the coffee shop. You place your bag on the ground, and what happens? It slumps over like a tired puppy. All of your contents, your laptop, your beautifully packed cubes, your thermos, shift and move. And when you pick it up, it's already on its way to becoming a disorganized mess. The worst part is when you're forced to set your bag down in a wet or dirty spot, and the whole bottom surface just sops up whatever is on the ground. What you're looking for is a structured or rigid base. This is often a reinforced semi-firm panel sewn into the bottom of the bag. It doesn't need to be a hard plastic shell, but it needs to be firm enough that when you set the bag down, it retains its shape and stays upright. A structured base is essential because organization, preservation, your things stay where you pack them. Cleanliness, it keeps the main part of the bag off the floor. Access, when it's upright, you can zip open a side pocket without the entire bag collapsing around your arm. This is a feature I learned to appreciate quickly. Early in my career, I had a lovely canvas tote that looked great but had zero structure. My spare uniform shirt was always a wrinkly mess because the bag couldn't hold its shape. Now, if a bag doesn't have a firm bottom, I simply don't buy it. It's the silent partner in your travel organization. The hidden cost of comfort, the missing grab handles. You've got your great shoulder strap or your comfy backpack straps. You think you're good. But what is the one thing you are doing constantly with your personal item bag? You're grabbing it. You're grabbing it to pull it out from under the seat. You're grabbing it to lift it off the baggage carousel. You're grabbing it to move it 3 inches to the left to let someone pass. The regret is having a bag with only long handles or straps and no dedicated, sturdy, quick grab handles. Look at most backpacks. They have a single thin nylon loop at the very top. That loop is not a handle. It's a hook to hang the bag in a gym locker. Trying to use that thin loop to yank a heavy bag from under a seat is a great way to rip it. Or worse, strain your hand. What you need are multiple reinforced grab handles. Top handle. A thick padded handle that is comfortable to grip, not a flimsy loop. Side handle or briefcase handle. This is the game changer. A handle on the side of the bag that is oriented to be facing the aisle when your bag is under the seat. This allows you to slide your bag out sideways with ease without having to twist your wrist or dig around awkwardly. I've had pilots, crew, and passengers alike swear by that side grab handle. It's a small detail, but when you are deplaning and you need to clear your space as quickly as possible, that easy grip side handle saves you time and struggle. You simply reach down, grab the handle that is already facing you, and pull it out in one fluid motion. No fumbling, no delay. It's the kind of feature that just makes you feel like you're winning at travel. The final word, utility over aesthetics. I've been flying for 15 years. I have seen the evolution of travel bags from simple canvas to ultra-technical nylon. The biggest overarching regret I see from new travelers is prioritizing style and brand name over pure utility and function. A gorgeous tote that slumps over, lacks pockets, and doesn't have a trolley sleeve is still just a good-looking liability. A bag that has a million pockets but is all black inside and has an awkward zipper placement is just a complex piece of luggage that will frustrate you on every single flight. The ultimate takeaway is this. Your personal item bag is your in-flight cockpit. It needs to be organized, accessible, and ready to deploy your essentials in a moment's notice. It should make your life easier when you're cramped in seat 28B, not harder. You're not going to regret the aesthetic choice of a slightly less stylish bag if it means you can reach your headphones without elbowing your neighbor. You will regret the pretty one that makes you fight it for 8 hours. So, as you shop for your next bag, remember my list. Trolley sleeve, clamshell, or wide mouth opening with a light interior, secure external water bottle pocket, designated exterior tech pocket, lockable zippers, and a structured base with a side grab handle. If you get 3 or 4 of these features in one bag, you've found a winner. Thanks so much for watching. If this video saved you from a future airport fumble, please give it a like. It really helps the channel out. And don't forget, I want to hear about your personal item bag struggles or even your greatest bag triumph. Tell me in the comments what feature you can't live without. Subscribe for more insider travel tips, and I'll see you on the next flight.